Shalom. All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Beloved, we are about to study Letter 2 and the book of the house, the prince of the house of David. And we studied yesterday. We did study Letter 1. We stopped at page 19. We are going to begin at page 20. So, in the last page, we learned a lot. We learned about the Leviathan. Those things are real, and they used to be very, very common to see. And we understand that those things, the Leviathan itself is really huge, man. That beast is very big. I mean, yo, can you? This is This is a pet. This is the Most High pit bull. You people can even this thing can open its mouth and swallow 7 billion people. You can even kill the guy that you're planning to go to war to. You can even kill his pet. Can you imagine this, brethren? Can you imagine you going to war with a dude? He had a dog in his house. You can even kill that dog. Not only you can't even kill that dog can kill you and your entire army and your allies. You see how absurd that is, man. You see, the Most High have a pet that can kill you and your entire army. He can kill everything on this earth, men, women, and beasts and other things. How are you gonna beat this guy? You can't even beat his dog. How are you gonna face the Most High? With what? You can take all the atomic bomb, all the weapon that you have, you drop it on the Leviathan. That's like you stepping outside, a drop of rain drop on you. You won't even notice. How? How are you gonna face the Most High? You can't even beat this. It's just absurd. When you start seeing the creation of the Most High, you really don't want to meet this guy. You don't want to meet the Most High, man. Again, like we said in the Holy Quran, brothers, in the book of Sirah, I believe, it is said the Archangel Gabriel, while he was on his horse, the horse was riding through the place. The hoof of the horse, one hoof, stepped into the sand. And then they took where the horse stepped, they took the sand. They dropped it into a golden calf. The golden calf was animated. It came back alive. That was the hoof of the horse that the angel was riding, man. How are you going to face this guy? With what technology, man? Look at you people, man. You listen, the whole thing right now is laughable. You see, I'm noticing something, and again, I was watching the video of the beloved sister Lisa Cabrera about the Massachusetts governor calling the thing over there, the National Guard to drive the kids to school. And people are saying, oh, we are under martial law. You are under martial law. You are dismayed. We are not. We know it's the Most High. Dismantle, disbanded, and dissolve your government. Well, at least I am not under martial law. You are. You've been under martial law. Watch our videos a year ago. We've been telling you this is martial law upon you. We even got a video literally named martial law upon the Gentiles. Oh, we are under martial law. They are coming for us. No, they are coming for you. Satan is out there collecting the soul now. Payment. Pay. You see, you can't even keep up with what's going on out there. A lot of the bus driver, they just walk away, man. Like, oh, I don't know, Negro, man. I ain't gonna take no, in fact, driving no damn bus. To hell with you. A lot of police. And then I saw a video. Brothers, listen, listen. This is what's gonna happen here. We're gonna give it a little moment, brothers. We'll begin at we'll give it that on another 5 minutes. We'll begin 8:45, 8:47. We'll give them the people a little time to come in. Okay, we'll begin. So listen, brethren, I'm gonna have to release a video. It may not be at 8:30 for tomorrow, but we will release a video, man. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's gonna be a little bit overwhelmed for you folks out there. You know, you're gonna have videos, then you're gonna have some dude coming at 8:30 and yelling and yapping about a bunch of stuff. I don't know. It seems like I should drop the video after we're done, after we finish study, and then the people can watch, or before. I have no idea what to do. I'm gonna have to pray for that. There are so much things, and I can't just think, brothers. There are some things that are happening. Too much explosion, and for us to not bringing this, man. You know, and then I'm gonna have to release it. Probably we will release it early, probably like around like 3 o'clock. For I don't know. I see something, and yeah, a YouTube poll. I must see. I must see. It's just tonight. I'm gonna make a video for tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'm gonna pray, and the Most I will tell me this is the time to release it, because I don't want to have the people here for 2 hours, and then they watch another video for 2 hours again. That's too much. And the video that I'm gonna be releasing, it probably be less, because you know we already spent a very long time here. So much is going on, beloved. So much. And that guy, that scumbag mullet guy in the desert, that prepper of great fellow, release a video. Amazing technology, find the face of Jesus Christ, and then they give you the same. They give you the same garbage looking Cesar Borgia scumbag. They give you, it's just like they give you the same garbage. That guy, so there's some high tech technology. You find out how Jesus really look, and then when you look at, you see the same garbage, the same dude staring at you like, ah, come on, man, really? What kind of delusional scum is that? You know, and it's like, come on, man, like, yo, what kind of scum is that, man? Oh, beloved, so much going on. So yeah, all right. We yesterday we went to the book. We find out Dinah. She went to the city of Jerusalem, and then now we are about to learn. She's going to talk about the city. She's going to talk about the temples, the holy of holies. She's going to talk about the manners, the custom, the priests, and the sister gonna say a lot of stuff that will shock you. To our brothers, to our sisters, let us begin, brothers. This book, it's called The Prince of the House of David. The same author is Mr. J.H. Ingram. Okay, he wrote 3 books. He wrote 3 beautiful. He wrote a bunch of books, but he didn't write them. He just put them together. He just take all the letters, he put them in order, and then he published them. This book was published in 1851. Back then, you were still in hardcore chattel slavery. And then those people were talking about your stories. They knew this. It's not like something they don't know. They knew that. At this point, brothers, we really don't want to get involved in argument. If someone you need this book, there is a link in the PDF that our beloved brother Philip Call he provided for this book. So there is a link. It's a drive link. You can click it. It will download in your computer. You can have this book, and you don't have to have it. So this is probably the last one they had on Amazon. I think the nation bought this book for us for, I don't know, most likely I would say under $20. Under $20. It's because they don't know it. That's why you don't see this book over $9,000. Now, beloved brothers, let us move. This is page 20, letter 3. All right. Now she heard about this. The last time we left with there is a gentleman that stay 15 miles away from the city. Okay. Well, they have this book on YouTube too. On wait, they have that audio book. I'm not quite sure if I understand what our sister Michelle said. They have this book on audio. I'm not quite sure. They could. I don't know. So last time we left, there's a fellow that is staying 15 miles away on 15 miles away from the place that they stay at, the cities. Okay, so because of that, the people were leaving. They were leaving the place. They were leaving the city to go and the to go and the in the wilderness and to look for this fellow. Give me a second. Oh, all right, all right. So thank you. Yes, there we go. Give me a second here. Trying to check something. So we left. We don't know who this man is, but they say this man he eats plants and he drinks water only, and he eat wild honey and locusts. They haven't given the name of this man. So in this chapter, we're going to see her going around in the city. Oh boy. We are going to see that she never been to Jerusalem before. She never been there before. This is her first time being there. This is letter 3. This is her recollecting what she saw to her father. Page 20, letter 2. My dear father, give me a warning and if you can see me and hear me well. I didn't do this test. Sometimes I think I'm hearing myself well, and then it sounds horrible. Most of the time it sounds horrible to me. It sounds good to you. All right then. Good. Let us proceed. My dear father, the excellent Rabbi Ben Israel, the dude that was with her as the guide, has just made known to me his intention of returning to Egypt tomorrow. So the rabbi dropped her off, and then he is about to return back to Egypt. Okay, and has waited upon me to inquire if I had any commands to entrust him with for my friends in Alexandria. Instead of this letter, which he will be the bearer to you, I would rather commit myself a second time to his care, and instead of placing this parchment in your hand, let him lay your child again upon your bosom. But it is by your wish, dear father, that I am here, and though I sigh to behold you once more, I will try to be content in my absence from you, knowing that my discontent would cause sorrow to bow down your gray hairs. So, Rabbi, the fellow, Ben Israel, he's going back to Egypt. He just dropped her off in Jerusalem. So he was asking her, like, okay, I'm going back to the city. Do you have anything for your friend, your father, you want to give me so I can give it to them? And then he said that I can't give you anything until a caravan is going, because it was the will of my father for me to come the city. So the father was the one who ordered her to go to Jerusalem and stay there. So far as a daughter can be happy from the home of her youth, I have everything to render me so. The good Rabbi Amos and his kindness will cause your own mild and dignified countenance, and Rebekah, his noble wife, my cousin, is truly a mother in Israel. So understand one thing: our people, they never really get new names. They really take the names of their ancestors. That's why you will find a lot of Rebecca, a lot of Amos, a lot of Ben Israel, Ben Jacob, Ben Levi, Ben Zebulon. They always take the same name going through. That's one thing that, quote unquote, my my grandmother taught me, and it is said that every male child that is born in the family will bear the name of the grandfather. For instance, my daughter, she born my mother's name. My daughter middle name is my mother's name, so my mother lived through my daughter. So if I have a son now, my son middle name will be my father's name. Although he was a massive scumbag, but that's how it is. So they have to trace the lineage through this. So when they look at the little boy and the little girl, they will see the grandmother and they will see the grandfather. So that's how you see. She say Rebecca, Amos. Those are not like the prophet of hundreds of years past, or the Rebecca, the wife of Jacob, I believe, Isaac, the wife of Isaac. It's not those people. It's the name them that live through them. So that's what that means. Her daughter Mary, okay, my younger cousin, and her affectionate attachment to me shows me how much love I have lost in never having had a sister. Okay, she never had a sister. She met the daughter of those folks, and the daughter name was Mary. We don't know which Mary that is. This is page 21. It is altogether a lovely household, and I am favored by the God of our fathers in having my lot. During my exile from my home on the banks of the beautiful Nile, cast in so peaceful and holy domestic sanctuary, the street in which we dwell is elevated. So she's giving a description where she is. She said the place is beautiful, it is peaceful, because she is in the city. The city has been overrun by the Roman soldiers. Okay, the streets in which we dwell is elevated. That means it's a little high. Okay, it's like in a hilly side, like Beverly Hill, but in a hillside. And from the roof of the house where I love to walk in the evening, watching the stars that hang over Egypt, there is commanded a wide prospect of the holy city. So she can see the holy city from her house. So that means she doesn't live far from downtown. The stupendous temple with his terraces, pile on terraces of dazzling marble, with his glittering fountains shooting upward like palm tree of liquid silver, with his massive yet beautiful walls and towers, it is ever in full sight. Understand this. Those garbage temple that you're seeing on those movies showing you something in the desert, and then it's like sun, there's no tree, it's all desert. That's not what that is. What she's describing here, look, nothing. She's describing a palace. See, our temple is so beautiful that the floor that you're walking in the street of the temple is made out of marble, and they have fountains spreading waters, and the lights going on, the whole city is lit up. You'll be a fool to see a water shoot up miles away. You can't see that at night. There has to have some form of light for you to see the waters, to see the trees and the people walking around. That has nothing to those desert like thing you're seeing. It's a beautiful place. That's like she's describing to, well, again, Las Vegas is a horrible, example, but it looks like a palace, like a beautiful place. That's a part of the temple she's describing, okay? The golden ark that spanned the door which leads in the Holy of Holies, as it catches the sunbeam of morning, burns like a celestial cornet with an unearthly glory. Thank you, Kay Lane, for the super sticker. Listen to this, brothers. The golden ark that spans the door which led into the Holy of Holies, as it catches the sunbeams of morning, burns like a celestial cornet with an unearthly glory. You know what that means? That means there is an ark that passed from the Holy of Holies. Our ancestors build it on a ley line. They build it face when the sun rises, so the sunbeam will hit it and it will illuminate the whole place. She said, look like an unearthly glory. It's something that is, well, unearthly mean heavenly. That's another word. It's like the technology that we had is heavenly glory. It's so beautiful. None of that desert scum. I dare not gaze steadily upon that holy place, or imagine the blinding splendor within of the visible presence of YAHAWAH and the Shekinah once present there. Yesterday morning, I was early at the housetop to behold the first cloud of the day dawn sacrifices rise from the bosom of the temple. When I had turned my gaze towards the sacred summit, I was in awe by the profound silence which reigned over the vast pile that crowned Mount Moriah. A lot of you that watch the movie Lord of the Ring, you know Mount Moriah, right? Some of you know Mount Moriah. We won't go into this where the dwarf lives at Mount Moriah. She said, in the 10th hour, when she wake up to pray, when the whole city wake up to pray, there is a majestic silence. You can see that there is well, not millions, but thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are there. If you drop a pin, you will hear it. Everybody's silent, and then they are watching the sacrifice. You know, they have to do the animal sacrifice for the morning prayer, and then afternoon when the sun set, because our ancestor knew the sun was an angel Oriya. Before she opened the portal, they make a sacrifice, so the prayer will go before the door open. Once the door open, the prayer will get in, and then at the sunset, the same thing. She said, I dare not gaze at it to think. She said, I don't want to look at this because I'm so terrified of the Most High. What if I look at it and I actually see him sitting on the throne? I will die. The sun was not yet risen. That no, she was in the 10th hour, okay? Before the sun rise. That's the 10th hour, okay? The sun was not yet risen or rising, but the east blushed with a roseated purple. It's like a pink purple color mixing, that when the sun is about to rise and you look at, you see a purple pinkish haze. Beautiful. You can still see the stars beaming the light. Listen, back then when you saw the stars, they don't look like little dots and stuff. Those stars are you feel like you can touch them. But because of pollution, and then the Mosai told the stars to get higher in heaven, you can't really see them. Back then, the star, you don't really need light to walk in there. The stars can provide you from light. You walk upon the earth. Back then, according to what the fellow was saying, back then, you can just walk up there in the middle of the night. The stars are so bright you can see everything. Page 22. We are on page 22. And the morning stars was melting into the depths. You heard what she said? While the sun seen rising, the morning stars was melting into the depth. Not a sound broke the stillness of the 100 streets within the walls of Jerusalem. Everybody's quiet. Not one people. Hundreds, thousands of people are there. Everybody's silent. Night and silence still held unite empire over the city and the altar of God. I was odd, silent. She never seen anything like this. So she was struck. She was like, this is so beautiful. The reason why the people stay silent, brothers, they are watching, they are letting the angel performing the coming of the Most High. The stars are receding. Excuse me. The sun is rising. Everybody's waiting. I stood with my hands crossed upon my bosom and my head reverently bowed. For in the absence of men and his voice, I believe angels were all around in heaven hosts, the guardian armies of this wondrous city of David. All praises to the Most High. That's exactly what that is. Page 22, letter 2. She said, she has a, again, you see this movie, Black Panther, oh, Wakanda forever. That the Swagger Jack, our stuff. And the previous book, Moses died like this. Our ancestor pray like that with their hand crossed like this. They pray. Moses died like that. Aaron died like this. Samuel died like that. They pray like this. Remember when Samuel was in the little womb praying like this? With their, not like their hand on that cross like this. They know exactly what's going on. That's why you got those Egyptians always holding things in their hand like this. Okay? That's a sign of respect. When the angels came in and then they told Samuel, "You're going home now, Samuel." And Samuel nodded them. As the great judge, he sit up on the chair and then he put his hand, he said, "Take me home to my father." And then they took him home and then he died. The same thing with Moses and Aaron. And now she's standing like this. She has her head bowed and she's praying. She's praying. Again, I don't fully understand the gesture, but my grandmother, ever since we were kids, you know, she used to make us hold our shoulders like this to pray. Okay, right now I'm way too big, too fat to do this, but she used to make us pray like this and bow our head and pray like that. I don't know, it's something like to protect the heart or the body. This is some type of stuff. That's why in the movie, walk, you know, they do Wakanda forever and stuff like. No, swagger jack, man, whatever. I stood with my hands crossed upon my bosom and my head reverently bowed, for in absence of men and his voice, I believe angels were all around in heavenly hosts, the guardian armies of the city, of the wondrous city of David. Lenses of light now shot upwards and across the purple sea and the east, and fleeces of clouds that repose upon it like barks, catching the red rays of the yet unrisen sun. The sun haven't risen yet because they are in the 10th hour. Okay, she saw light beams coming up from the sky. It's just like, well, shooting stars. Lens of light. Okay, when you throw a lens, a javelin, shooting stars, which is a problem in the nation. People like scumbag Gentiles say shooting stars are like they are demons. That's not what that is. They are not demons. You don't have demons going in the heaven and do what. It's amazing what our it's amazing what the Gentiles are coming like shooting. The stars are actually demons. No, they're not. The most I would put demons to guide you up there in the heaven where you stay. Whatever, man. Lenses of light now shot upwards and across the purple sea and the eastern fleeces of clouds that repose upon like barks, catching the red rays of the yet unrisen sun, blaze like a burning ship. That's meteorites. Each moment the darkness fled and the splendor of the dawn increased, And when each instant I expect to see the sun appear over the bottom heights of Mount Moriah again, I was thrilled by the startling peal of the trumpets of the priests. 1,000 silver trumpets blow at once from the wall of Jerusalem and shaking the very foundation of the city with the mighty voices. So now again, our people always pray with the angels, which is nature and all that. So they wait until they see the shooting stars, the lights start coming, and then thousands of priests raise the trumpet, aka their shofar, and then at one in unison they blow a giant trumpet, and they start singing. That's how they used to do it back then. Okay. Instantly, the house stops everywhere around were alive with worshippers. Jerusalem started as one man from its slumbers, and with their faces toward the temple, 100,000 and men of Israel stood waiting. A second trumpet pealed, clear and musical as the voice of YAHAWAH, when he spake to our father Moses and Horeb, caused every knee to bend and every tongue to join in the morning song praise. So that was two blasts of trumpet. The first 1,000 of blasts go first, bam, and they stop, and then they go on the second one that go more musically, like the second one go with a melody, and then it stop, and everybody, hundreds of thousands of men and women, and they start singing with one voice, praising the Lord. That was the morning song, the morning praise. The murmur of voice was like the continuous wall of the surge upon the beach, and the walls of the lofty temple like the cliff echoed in the back. She said the voice of hundreds of thousands people feel like the washing wave of the sea. You can hear, like, when you hear the stadium, that's how you hear the people, and the voice is so beautiful, and everybody have their faces turned towards the temple. Unused to this scene, for we have nothing like this majesty of worship in Alexandria. She says she never seen anything like that because they don't have things like this in Egypt. Alexandria was a city in Egypt. I stood rather as a spectator than a sharer. As it becomes thy daughter to have been, dear father, simultaneously with the billow-like swell of the adoring hymn, I beheld a pillar of black smoke ascend from the midst of the temple and spread itself above the court like a canopy. So therefore, she never witnessed anything like that. She was more of a spectator than a sharer. She didn't involve, she just stand there and watching, and she saw the massive amount of smoke of the sacrifices that was going up to the heaven. Okay? It was accompanied by a blue reef of lighter and more misty appearance, which threaded in and out and entwined about the other like a silvery strand woven in a sable cord. This latter was the smoke of the incense which accompanied the burnt sacrifice. So what she saw the dark smoke, the giant dark plume going up, plus the priests were burning the incense. Some of the incense were blue sapphire, some of the incense were purple. So the incense of the colors wrapped around the giant black plume, it made it look like a giant black cord that is interwoven with different colors. And then the sunbeam just pushed on it, and then it just glow. You saw like the black smoke has the blue around it, the purple around it, the red, the pink. It's like a rainbow. Well, not cowboy stuff, please, but it looks like beautiful. It's going up. You can smell the incense, and everything is burning, going up while the people are singing. with one hymn, the trumpet, everything is on unison. Everybody shut the hell up. They're all praying while then singing also. As I saw it rise higher and higher, and finally over the top of the heavy cloud, which was instantly enlarged by volumes of dense smoke that rolled upward from the consuming victim and slowly disappear, melting into heaven. I also kneeled, remembering that one of the wings of the essence went up the prayers of the people, and air and eerie it and before it dissolved wholly, I entrusted, dear Father, prayers to thee and me. She said that she saw the smoke going up into heaven before the disappear. She kneeled, she prayed for her and her father, and then made the Most High accept it. And then she goes, she said, how wonderful is our religion! How mysterious this daily sacrifice! So many hundreds of years offering up for the sins of our Father and of ourselves. This is very important. Come on, this is like a primarily, this is primary for the sins of our forefathers and ourselves. How I have often asked myself since I've been here, how can the blood of a heifer, of a lamb, or a goat take away sins? She asked herself this, how is that? How is the blood of a lamb and a heifer and stuff? How they could take away sin? What is the mysterious relation existing between us and these dumb and innocent brutes? She's talking about the animals. When they say dumb and innocent brutes, animals are dumb, innocent brutes. How can a lamb stand for a man before God? The more I reflect upon this awful subject, the more I am lost in wonder. I have spoken to Rabbi Amos of these things, but he only smiles and bids me think about my embroidery, for cousin Mary and I are working a rich gold border and phylactery of his next year's garment. So when she asked herself, she said, our religion is so beautiful and yet very mysterious. And she went and asked the priest Amos. And Amos looked at her and smiled. He said, sister, why don't you go ahead and work in that embroidery with my daughter Mary so we can make that thing for that marriage and stuff. Go do some women work. And then she goes, because you know why? She's not a priest. The priests are not obligated to tell you what everything is because there are certain things they are not supposed to reveal unto you. For instance, you like, man, I don't understand. How could a little small box that have some stuff in it have so much power? Why would God live there? And then you will walk up, you ask one of the priests, where is the Ark of the Covenant? And they know they're not supposed to tell you where it is. They just smile and say, and just get me a glass of water. Go play with the other kids. That's a mild reproof. That's a mild reproach. They're telling you we're not supposed to tell you things like this. A kid walk up to you say, "Daddy, I'm watching some movie and I see like Rambo shooting a lot of people, but at the end of the movie we saw the people behind the scene. How come I thought gun kills? Can I use your gun and start shooting people and see if they will come back to life?" And then you'll just look at your child, you laugh, you say, "Go play your PlayStation. Let's take a walk with daddy." Because there are certain things, if you told the people, they will not understand. And the most I tell you straight up, it's not the woman can't know these things. There are certain things you cannot tell your people, your children. They are not for them to know that. Your young 7-year old daughter came in and asked you straight up, "Daddy, how do we make babies? Where do they come from?" They are not mature enough. It's not that has nothing to do with women and stuff. It has things to do. There are certain mystery cannot reveal unto you. If they told you, your soul will leave your body, or they're not supposed to say this. There are certain things the priests cannot reveal unto you. There are certain things the Gadites cannot reveal unto you. You have to reach a certain maturity. That's why you don't take a little newborn baby, you send it straight to college. It won't work. You cannot take a toddler, you put clothes on it, you say, oh, you ready? Because this toddler will ask, why my brother went to college? I want to go to college too. I want to go. And then you're like, oh, okay, well then put some clothes. And no, it doesn't work like that. There are certain things that you have to learn first. Once you learn those things, and then you will understand. It will make no sense the Messiah waking us back then and then give us the Book of Mormon. The first time we wake up, the first thing we know everything. We know the Book of Mormon, it will overwhelm you. It will kill you. You wake up back in 2008, you know America is our land, you know the Book of Mormon, you know that book, you know everything. It doesn't work like this. You will ask questions. You will ask, why the Book of Mormon? Why they have a Book of Mormon? And the Messiah will look at you and he will smile and will give you something you are not ready yet. That's what it means. So times on time, past time, you will learn, you will grow, you will learn, you will grow, you will become stronger and stronger. And then the Messiah will come and say, what you saw, remember you were asking me this question, this is what it meant. And then you're like, this make much more sense. Now you're ready. That's what that means. Please, brothers, sisters, don't take this thing emotional and saying that they don't want women to learn things. No, that means that she just got to the city. She been raised in Egypt. Everything is strange to her. She's like, why they are making all those things? I don't understand. Everything is strange to her. So everybody got that. That has nothing to do with women can't learn and none of this garbage. That has things to do with maturity, steps, basic learning, basic skills, moderate skill, professional, and then godlike skill, or they call them prophet skill. Oh crap. Oh boy. Where I was. Oh boy. Yes. Okay. The evening sacrifice, which I witnessed yesterday, is, if possible, more imposing than that of the morning. So she said she witnessed the evening, she witnessed the morning sacrifice, then she come in and witnessed the evening sacrifice. She said the evening sacrifice is even more prettier and beautiful than the morning sacrifice. Okay? I am no wait, hang on. Just as the sun dips beyond the hill of Gibeah, Gibeah, overhanging the valley of Aijalon, there is a heard of a prolonged note of trumpet blown from one of the western watchtowers of Zion. So now when the sun is going down, they're doing the same thing but little different. Now they have the trumpet playing in the towers instead of in the cities. Now you can hear the trumpet going from the towers, okay, which is, from top of ley lines and stuff. Its mellow tones reach the farthest ear within the gates of the city. All labor at once ceases. Everybody stop working. Whatever you were doing, everybody stop. All labor stop. Every man drops the instruments of his toil and raises his face towards the summit of the house of God. A deep pause. And if all held their breath and expectation succeeds, suddenly the very sky seems to be raven and shaken with the thunder of the company of trumpeters that rolls wave and wave of sounds from the battlement of the temple. The moment the guys in the towers blow the trumpet, that signal everybody, hey, stop what y'all are doing. Everybody stop. They turn around at once. They put their face towards the temple. And then there was a deep silence. And then in the midst of the silence, there's a loud thunder noise of trumpet that give the Most High praises and glory. Boom, shofar, trumpets, and stop playing, and then they sing again. The dark, the the dark cloud of sacrifice ascend, and the solemn grandeur, and sometimes heavier than the evening air, falls like the whole is veiled from sight. But above it, it seems to soar the pure incense of the invisible YAHAWAH, followed by myriad eyes and the utterance of a nation's prayers. As the daylight faded, the light of the altar, hidden from us by the lofty walls of the outer court of the temple, blazed high and beacon like, and lent a wild sublimity to the towers and pinnacle that crowned Moriah. It was beautiful. She said, the lights, the trumpets, the sounds, the sunset, the colors, everything is so beautiful. At least to our eyes, at least to us, this is beautiful. There was, however, my dear father, last evening, one thing which painfully marred the holy character of the sacred hour. She said, Daddy, but there is one thing that effed up my something disturbed my peace. There was one thing that effed up the whole view. You know how, brothers, you're having a good time, family having a good time, but once once somebody came in and then effed up the whole stuff. You're having some fun, everybody's cool here, and then one scumbag came in and played that song, Word Town, and then some dude came in with a little short, and start twerking, and everybody's like, you like, yo, man, we were having so much fun. This one guy, one person, one little thing effed up the whole thing, man. You just chill with the family. You're enjoying yourself. Everything is good. You're like, damn, the family is having a good time. I love this. And that one scum of the earth came in over there and effed up everything. This is what happened. There was, however, my dear father, last evening, one thing which painfully marred the holy character of the sacred hour. A goddamn troll. After the blast of the silver trumpets of the Levites has ceased, and while all hearts and eyes were ascending to YAHAWAH with the mounting wreath of incense, there came from the woman council adjoining the city of David a loud martial clang of brazen, bugle, and other barbarian war instruments of music, while a smoke like the smoke of sacrifices roamed from the height of David's fortified hill. While our people are doing the stuff, there's a silent one, and then the woman like playing music, brazen and fighting, taking the sword and hit the buckler with. They were making noise. They were worshiping their god Jupiter. Blasphemy. Doing the Mosaic stuff, they were doing their own scumbag too. Those people can do anything without swagger jacking our stuff. They can do anything. The moment we do our stuff, they want to do it too. They already swag. They can sing. They can sing. They can do the thing that they are doing. They can do the trumpet. They can do the singing. It's like a whole bunch of crazy people with pots and pan knocking, gling, gling, gling. Hey, Jupiter, 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 making a bunch of noise, and they messed up the whole thing. I was told it was the woman engaged in worshiping Jupiter, the idol god. Oh, when we shall the holy city be freed from reproach of the strangers? Alas for Israel, her inheritance is turned to strangers, and her house to aliens. That's her quoting scriptures right here, man. This is, listen to what she says. She said, Alas for Israel, her inheritance is turned to strangers, and her houses to aliens, not little aliens, strangers, to heathens, Gentiles. Well said, Jeremiah the prophet. The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem. Lamentation 2:7. For those of you who know what to do, Lamentation 2:7. How truly now are the prophecy fulfilled which are to be founded in Lamentations. The Lord hath cast off his altar. He hath given it up into the hands of the enemy. The walls of her palaces, they have made a noise in the house of the Lord as in the day of solemn feast. All praises to the Most High. That was prophecy being fulfilled in the book of Lamentation. Prophet Jeremiah was right. Lamentation 2:7, page 25. Let the people read it. Let me anointed and hydrated the holy temple with the Holy Spirit. That was a prophecy. The prophet saw them. The prophet saw that day. They wrote it down. Lamentation 2:7. That's her quoting scriptures. Oh, if the woman want to learn, she has to sit down and ask her husband. Get out of here, man. For this thing I weep, my dear father. Even now, while I write, my tears drop on the parchment. She was crying when she saw this. She said, "Man, what a blasphemy, man." Even though she was writing the letter, she was crying. Why is it so? Again, she doesn't know those things. Brothers, she just like us. She just an Israelite. She doesn't know any. She knows some stuff, but when she actually get in the city, she'll seeing things she never. She not. Why all those things are happening? I thought her dad is a Levite though. Her dad tell her about the books and the scriptures and the beautiful stuff. Now she's witnessing the blasphemy. Why is it so? Why does YAHAWAH suffer the adversary to dwell within his holy walls, and the smoke of his abominable sacrifices to mingle with that of the offering of his consecrated priests of the Most High? She said, why? Why would YAHAWAH do this? Why he will allow those people to come in his holy city to burn sacrifice to another God, that the burnt smoke of the sacrifices intermingle with his smoke? Why? The sister was pissed off, man. Page 26. Surely Israel has sinned, and we are punished for our transgressions. It become the land to search and try its ways and turn unto God, if perhaps he will return and have mercy and restore the glory of Israel. That's the curses of Deuteronomy, okay? That's the curses of Deuteronomy. We did break the law. Our kings are the servants of the Gentiles. Our laws are no more. Our prophets no longer see visions. God has gone up in anger and no longer holds discourse with his people. The very smoke of the daily sacrifice seems to hang above the temple like a cloud of Jehovah's wrath. Okay, Yahweh's wrath. Nearly 300 years have passed since we have had a prophet, that divine and youthful Malachi. The land is desolate. She technically told you the land is desolate. The Heavenly Father left us because we didn't want him. Our kings, it's three step. Once the Father turned his face away, then there is no priest, then there is no king, the land is desolate. Even though the Israelites were in the land worship, but the land were desolate because the Mosai weren't there, the priests were scumbag, and the king was servant unto the Gentiles. That means the land is desolate. That's what it means. When the Mosai say, I'm going to take the Gentiles and put them in a desolate land, that means they will be on a land they have no power over. They can do nothing. We will have the power. She said, surely we have sinned. We must have done something horribly bad to the Most High to did this thing to us. She said, even the sacrifice that they did, you can see the smoke doesn't fully go into the sky. It stay on top of the temple and below like a dark cloud, like the anger of the Most High. Why? Because the Most High had no respect unto it. The Most High reject all the sacrifices. He didn't want them. During this time, brothers, it's new. You have to understand the sister in the same situation that we are, except we're in a worse situation. They passed 300 years, brothers, with no prophet. The last prophet they ever know was the youthful Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament. That was Malachi. That's the only guy they know. Malachi was the last prophet that they have. For 300 years, they didn't hear the Most High. All they see, you know what you can do in 300 years? You know how far can you go in 300 years? You know how much things you will get wrong in 300 years? Oh, yes, our ancestors messed up big time. Since his days, the priest Ray Amos confesses that YAHAWAH has ceased from all known intercourse with his people in holy house, nor has he made any sign of having heard the prayers of heed the sacrifice of that has been offering to him in his time. Damn. While she was asking those questions, the so-called Rabbi Amos, the priest Amos, told her, say, my daughter, the Most High haven't speak to us. He ceased talking to us. He ceased listening to us for over 300 years. He haven't said anything. He haven't said nothing to us. He just abandoning us because we did evil in his sight. I inquire, Genesis 49 verse 10, page 26, Genesis 49 verse 10. I inquire of the intelligent rabbi of this would always be thus. So she said, you mean to tell me the Heavenly Father, our God, is not talking to us? Will it forever stay like that? Will he abandon us forever? And then the brother said, the priest said, he replied that when Shiloh came, there would be a restoration of all things, that the glory of Jerusalem then would fill the whole earth with the splendor of the sun, and that all nations should come up from the ends of the world to worship in the temple. All praises to the Most High, man. She said, will it stay like this forever? And then the rabbi Tony said, when Shiloh come, which is Genesis 49, verse 10, the glory of Jerusalem, the glory of our people will restore. All the nation around the world will come unto us and worship our Father. And then that little word the rabbi gave to her, it gave her hope. But when is Shiloh going to come? Genesis 49:10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and until him shall the gathering of the people be. All praises to the Most High. Those are people talking to each other, quoting scriptures. You know, Job wrote the book of Genesis according to the book of Pillar of Fire. Moses wrote it from Job. Moses wrote the book of Job. Okay? He acknowledges that we are now under a cloud for our sin. Okay? The priest told him now, he acknowledged that we are under a cloud for our sins, brothers. We must have done horrible things in the eyes of the Most High. Okay? But that the brighter day is coming when Zion shall be the joy of the whole earth. Yea, we are in that day. This is the day the sister was talking about hundreds of years ago. We are in this day. Zion will be the joy of the whole earth. People are crying and murmuring because they listen to the Gentiles. They see the world through the Gentiles' eyes. The elite is doing the elite and stuff. No, the Heavenly Father is doing this to free his people. Once we are free, you will enjoy peace. You will enjoy high court technology. You will do things that are you only see in movie. You will enjoy the blessing with us too. Not at the same level, but instead of being worsted on that other place, Zaza. My conversation with Rabbi Amos, or the priest Amos, dear Father, a conversation which grew out of the subject of the woman garrison. Okay, you guys, can somebody define this word, page 27? Garrison. Okay, we know what garrison is from another place, so can somebody describe that? Oh, you know what? Let me just finish this. Then I'll drink some of that from the garrison. Excuse me. Occupying the citadel of David and offering their pagan sacrifices by the side of our own smoking altar led me to examine the book of the prophet Malachi. I find it that after plainly alluding to our present shame and reproaching the priest, define the word alluding, page 26, alluding. Listen to what she said. She said, I find that after plainly alluding to our present shame and reproaching the priest for causing the people to stumble and thus making themselves contemptible, define the word contemptible, and base before all nations be thus prophesied. She said, after the whole garrison mean the troop station in a fortress or town to defend it. The Gentiles were upon our land ruling us. That doesn't mean the land was desolate, nobody lived there. No, it was desolated unto us. And the Gentiles, uh, the Gentiles were there doing things on our land. They were over there doing things on our land. And she said she blamed the priest. Why? Ever since I starting to lose weight, I do not have that much cushion that I used to have in my buttocks, so the bone is really painful in there. I start doing some research. I find out that so-called skinny people have the same problem. When I had all that fat in my ass, I could sit for hours. Right now, I can't. If I sit for 1 hour past, that thing hurt like hell. My tailbone is killing me. That's a horrible thing. But if this is what I have to do to stay healthy, okay, well, I may have to get a bunch of pillow. Talking about my daughter took my pillow. That thing hurt me. So, oh, I have to. Oh, good Lord, I have to do this. Contemptible, deserving contempt or despicable. Okay, she started to hate the priest because it's the priest's fault. Malachi 3:1, page 27. Yeah, man, that thing is, for the past couple of days, I'm like, Lord, this thing hurt, man. Like, yo, I need a better cushion chair, man. Malachi 3:1. Behold, I will send my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, and he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, and that they may offer unto the Lord an offering of righteousness. Yea, the sons of Levi are, well, if already they've been purified as gold, from silver to gold. Malachi 3:1, because the Levites were corrupt. Because the people know if they can turn away the Levites, they literally have everybody effed up. That's why they were bribing the Levites. That's the one thing the Mosai did for the Levites. He literally, when you look at it, the Mosai is a master chess player. Okay, he said, "Give the Levites no land." That's why when you look in a 10 in a 10 12 tribe charts, you see the land. It's not the people; it's the land. That's why the charts talk about the land like Zebulon, the Mexican and stuff. Those people that live there are not the original people. The 12th chart talk about the land, and the land were the fourth part, as you see it on the chart. So the land were the fourth part, the original people that live there are people. We just disperse around the world. The people that are there are not the original people, and they are not Israelites. So the Mosai say, give the Levites no lands, and they have no money. The money that the Levites have is the money from the Mosai money, the money they tithe money and stuff. That's why all pastors are freaking Levites. All pastors are Levites. To the Levites, give them no land and do not count the Levites. There's a reason for that. There is a reason Father say it is forbidden. And David committed a sin. He did count the Levite. When Nathan, even Joab, you got you got the worst guy, the left hand of the Most High came and say, "My king, what are you doing? Why are you counting the Levite? You should not count them. It's against the law." David just shut the hell up. Nico, I'm the king. I can do whatever I want. He did count the Levites. You know why the Most High did this, brothers? Because thank you. Thank you, true right. Truly depend on the Most High. He made the Levite depend on the Most High, so they would not be bribed. So you would not bribe the Levites with the money. They literally got the money of the Most High. They literally have all the land. They can dwell wherever. Nobody can say, well, you can dwell here because you're not a Danite. That's why when we were fighting, when the 12 tribes were fighting with each other, the Danites, aka the Viking, they took some Levites. They become the Levites Danites. Ephraim take himself some Levites. They become the Ephraimites Levites. The Judah take him some Levites. Everybody wanted to get the priests with them. So everybody said, my doctrine is, well, since I'm not the priest, we need some of you priests over there. They call them the Druids. They call them the wizards. They call them the Merlins. They call them the Gandalf. Everybody takes some of the Levites and bring them with them, and then they go each way. Because that's what they're supposed to do. The Levites supposed to dwell in all the land to do the Most High's work in each tribe and each part. If we are making here sacrifices over here in Florida, and then somebody in the Philippines want to make the sacrifice, you need to get a Levite there to take the sacrifice. So that's why the so-called tribe that go over there in the Philippines, they took some of the Levites with them. Yes, that's what that is. So she started blaming the Levites. The Levites could not be bribed. The way they bribe the Levite is with power. You could not give the Levites money for anything, because they literally they control the treasure chest of the Most High, and the Most High give them the power. He said, let the Levites took whatever money they need, whatever land, wherever Levites came in. If it's a priest, you have to give him a place to stay. It's the law. And plus, you really want that guy in the midst of you. So you can ask him, amen, can you ask the Most High a favor for me and my wife, and I want to make a bread, or I want this job and stuff. You really want those guys in the midst of you. And you really want the Gadite to be with you in case your ass is about to get kicked. You can go to the Gadite and say, man, this guy, this bully over there, and then the Gadite will go over there and check this guy out. If you're traveling, you really need the Danites. If you're planting, you really need the one that is responsible for the sky, the Issacharite. If you want to know true prophecy, when the prophecy is going to happen exactly, you need the Issacharite work with the Levites. The Levites will tell the Zacharites, they will call everything with the Levites and say, this is the time it will happen. And then the Issacharite and the Levites, they make the Mayan calendar, which is proper, which is correct. And only our people can read it. We are the one who told them 2022, it is the true 2012. You guys add 10 years to the calendar. We are in 2011 right now, brothers. In 2012, December 21st, 2022, oh, you people gonna catch a lot of hell. You people gonna catch a lot of hell. All right, to you Christian watching out there, go text and run with it. Go run with it. Act like you come up with this. Run with it. Tell your people, you scumbag has 10 years to the calendar. We are in true 2000. Today is September 14, 2011. And then 2022, it will be 2012, and December 2022. That's when this thing going to happen. Take this, run with it, okay? Because that's what you guys like to do. These words I read today to Rabbi Amos. Malachi 4:5. Joel 3:11. Malachi 4:5 and Joel 3:11. These words I read today to the priest Amos. Indeed, I was, excuse me, I was reading them when the priest Ben Israel came in to say that he departs tomorrow. The excellence Amos looked graver than I had ever seen him look. So she was quoting scriptures to the rabbi, to the priest. As a woman, she was quoting scriptures, brothers. Okay? No, sister, that's not, we don't have to wait 10 years. They add 10 years. And Satan did this to Satan did this to throw everyone off, and they did. Remember back in 2008, in 2011, 2001, when they were going around saying Y2K, Y2K, Y2K? Satan did this. We don't have to wait any 10 years. We just have to wait a year. How long we have until 2022? December 2022. A year and a half. And a year and 3 months. A year and 3 months. We don't have to wait 10 years. We have to wait like a year and 3 months for the Mayan calendar to be fulfilled. And the Issacharites and the Levites, they know exactly what. You guys are not the Issacharites. You're not the Levites. So you don't know anything. Yeah, Satan, your father, swagger jack you. You know, you were preparing 10 years ago, Your supply run out 10 years because 10 years ago, that's when you were truly be prepared. That's why you move your people out of Afghanistan now. You move them out of Saudi Arabia now. You find the truth. You find that Satan, your father, lied to you. Okay? Joel 3, verse 11. So she was quoting scripture. She was talking with the rabbi. They were studying. That's a woman studying with the rabbi. She was quoting scripture, asking question, and the rabbi was coaching her, and then stuff like that. I fear that I had offended him by my boldness, and approaching him was about to embrace him when I saw tears sparkling in his eyes. This discovery deeply affected me. You may be assured, dear father, and trouble more to have grieved than displeased him. I was about to ask him forgiveness to intruding these sacred subjects upon his notice when he took my hand and smiling. You see what happened here? This is what happened there. The sister picked up the book. We call it the Bible now, but back then she picked up the book of Malachi. And then she said, she keep asking, she said, why is it? Why are people suffering like this? And then he read Malachi 3:1, which is about the sons of Levi. And then he said, I blame the Levites. They did this to us. They are the one that were over the service. Why they let this thing happen? Why did they make our people sin? You're wondering why those Haitians are catching hell, because that's what happened. That's what happened. And then the rabbi was a Levite, Rabbi Ben Isaiah, Ben Amos, okay? And then when she said this, she quoted the scripture to the rabbi, and then she saw in his face that he about to cry. Okay, Joel 3:11. Assemble yourself and come, ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about either, cause my mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Then the rabbi was about to cry. He can see the tears coming out of his eyes. And she realized she offended him. And she said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like this. And she was about to give him a hug. And he hold her hand. And then he smiled. He said, my daughter, you're all right. Whatever, everything that you just quoted here is the truth. We effed up. We did. That is why there's a passage in the Bible. The Most High say, I'm gonna do you Levites the worst. You Levite will be the most despised scum. I forgot if somebody can pull that up. He said, you Levites will be the most hated of all because you are the one that did this. You were the link between me and the people. Yeah, tears of joy. Anybody know the scripture? Put it over there. I forgot where it is, but it's somewhere around that line. While a glittering drops danced down his snow beard and broke into liquid diamond upon my hand, he said, you have done no wrong, child. Sit down by me and be at peace with thyself. That's what the rabbi told him, the priest. He said, you done no wrong, my child. Sit down. Be at peace. You have to tell the person be at peace, but because the peace, when the person see you crying and then the peace is being disturbed, the Holy Spirit is moved. So now you have to tell the person you didn't do no harm. It happened all the time, brothers. When I say something here, somebody say or email say, okay, did I do something wrong? I felt like I did something wrong, and I have to tell them be at peace. You didn't do anything right. What you say was the truth. It's just, Big Levi is not that right up there. Sometimes he's a little bit way to the left. So be at peace. You didn't do nothing. Okay? It is true. And this day, what the prophet Malachi writeth Ben Israel, he said, sadly to the Alexandrian rabbi, the priests of the temple have indeed become corrupt, save the few here and there. You heard that? Indeed, the priest of the temple has become corrupt, except for a few here and there. The Sadducees, The Pharisees, the scums, they were becoming co-op. You know what they used to do, brothers? They used to take money and make guys priests and ordain them to be priests. They will take Gentiles and make them priests. They will take money and make any guys priests, and other people won't know. When up on brother came and say, "Who is this dude? Yo, Negro, what's up with you? See you wearing these clothes there. You're a Levite, son of who? Ben, you are Ben Israel. Ben, they are checking you." And those guys were paying. Till this day, it's still going on. All those pastors that you're seeing, they are people that pay to be Levites. They have schools that teach you to be Levites. They call those guys preachers. They're all over YouTube. They're all over your neighborhood. If you live in the hood, there are so many Levites in the hood preaching, connecting you with God and stuff. They were paying those guys till this day. That is why in the good book the Lord say, "You, I'm gonna get. Oh, you Levites, I'm gonna get you, scum, man. Charlatans, charlatan. You cannot be a true preacher or true pastor unless the Most High ordained and anointed you by blood." A bunch of dumb dogs. That's what they are. Those Levites taught them. When the other people, don't get me wrong, every other nation, every other people, they have their priests. But when they saw the way the Levites were performing, and they want to be like that too. So they will look the Levites that like really like, "Yo, man, what's up? Man, I saw you doing that thing for your God Most High. May he reign forever, man. Wow, man. You know what? People said without you Levites, man, ain't gonna happen, man. Wow, this is so great things, man." Say, listen, man. I don't know about your culture, but is it possible for you? I mean, for us to learn and stuff. I mean, we got gold, women, and wine. That's all. That's all our brothers. The moment you said women and wine, that's it. And the Most High give the Levite women and give them wife because he knows that they cannot. No men can function without women and wife, and no women cannot function without men and husband. If you are doing the work of the Lord, there is a time for this. The Lord gives you some time, you do his work. Sometimes you spend time with your family and all that. You're simply a priest. That's what that is. But in the Catholic Church, they did say the woman eat the apple. She's evil. She's the demon. Do not lie with her like you're supposed to do naturally. You lie with another dude. You do to this dude what you normally do to a woman. It is true, brothers. If you check the Catholic law, they have it. No woman in here. Because you are co-op. They don't talk about it. They don't take it out of this. But most I know that the Levites are like, "Yo, you Levites need to get me a bunch of kids." That is why he told, "Hey, don't count the Levites in the book of Numbers. Do not count the Levites because the other nation." You know why the Most High said this? Because if the other nation find out how many Levites there are and where they stay at, they can kill all of them. Then they cut the connection. Walk by the Catholic Church is notorious for this thing. Yeah, the Catholic Church is notorious for this. Um, it must have been on this day the prophet aimed his words, save in the outward. Give me a second. Let me see how long we are into this word. We're already. Oh, hey, okay, all right, we're almost done. We're almost done. We're almost done. Good. It must have been at this day the prophet aimed his words, save in the outward form. I fear the great body of our Levites have little more true religion and just knowledge of the one God YAHAWAH than the priests of the womanish idolatry. You hear what she said here? She said, "I fear that the Levites are so co-op What I'm feeling, what they are doing is it truly from our book? The stuff they are doing, is it the most have? Are they doing woman idolatry? Because a lot of them, because remember, when you come and upon the temple, brothers, they have all sort of things. Even good old, there were bakeries all over. Negroes hiring hitmen, people are selling goat, sheep. The Levites allowed that because the woman paid them. The woman actually went to the Levite and get way to worship their God. And then they will love the way the Levites were dressing with all the breastplate and look authoritative. And then they will say, can you guys anointed me and make me a priest too? Whoever did this get a beautiful house. And then they will anointed a woman soldier, a woman stuff, and then they will make them a Levite too. That is why in the book of the Maccabees, the Gentiles were marrying the Levites' daughters so they can be Levites too. If you can tell the people, hey, God sent me, I am a prophet, I am the link in connection to God, they will listen to you. Just like today, brothers. Ain't no different. Alas, I fear me, God regards our sacrifice with no more favor than he looks upon theirs. Sick burn. She said, when she find out what the Levite was doing, she said, all those beautiful things that I witness, I'm afraid that YAHAWAH has no respect unto them. Or you celebrate the Sabbath, or you do Passover wearing your clothes and acting like you good. But this look beautiful, Big Levi. We had a beautiful thing, but did the Most have respect unto it? Did you do it with your heart uncovered? Did you truly did this for the Most High glory, but not for not your vain glory? All those beautiful stuff, trumpets, singing stuff, make the people doing beautiful things so the people would not question them. Don't be questioning me, Negro. We did a beautiful thing here, sacrificing some goat, damn it, and then we trumpet blowing. Didn't you see how beautiful it was? Yeah. Then that's all you need, Negro. Don't be questioning me if my heart is. Are you a true Levite? It seems like, I don't know. I don't see the Aaron trace on you. You don't look like Moses, Negro. What the hell is. I mean, don't question me, Negro. You see, with all those things that you see the church are doing, wearing nice clothes, tie, suit, nice haircut, the music is there, nobody's cussing. That's the worst thing you can say in front of a Christian, saying a curse word. Oh, my heart, why you reprobate mind? Why are you cursing? I am so pure. Because they don't say any curse word, they think they are pure in the eyes of the Lord. Thank you, Cadence Love. Entertainment for the eye, not for the heart. Today, while I was in the temple and was serving at the altar with the priest, these words of Isaiah came into my thoughts and would not put aside. Isaiah 1:11. Isaiah 1:11. To what purpose is this multitude of your sacrifices unto me? This is the Most High talking to the Levites, the people. He said, to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offering of rams and the fat fed of beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he goats. Bring no more vain oblations, incense, and abomination unto me. I am warrior to bear them. Yea, when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you, make you clean. Cease to do evil, learn to do well. This is the sister in the temple quoting Isaiah 1. 11 to the priest, the Levite priest. They were stunned. They're like, what did you say? She said, the Heavenly Father says, pissed off with your sacrifices. You scumbag have your heart all dirty. You got blood in your hand. Not talking about the blood of the victim. She said, you guys are dirty. You're filthy. You guys are not doing this with sincerity. You're just doing this because you're doing this because symbolically. You're not doing this because of your heart. You guys are leading the people astray. She schooled them because she got the confirmation and the permission from Ben Israel, the other Levites. She thought he heard him. She said, what? Listen to what she said. Listen, beloved. Now, listen, understand this. Today, while I was in the temple and I was serving at the altar with the priest, which scumbag said the women can serve with the priest? There were priestess and priests. You read this in all our book. During the podcast, the rash vow, the woman, the little girl of that soldier was going to die. She went to a priestess, so the priestess would perform things and pray with her. She was in there. She said, while I was in there helping, setting up things and serving with the priest, and Isaiah 1 come into my head. It just come to my thoughts. It's like she didn't even want to say it. It just come unto her, and it says, today while I was in the temple and I was serving at the altar with the priest, those words of Isaiah came into my thoughts and would not be put aside. She said, I could not get it out. I was trying not to say it, but it came out of my mouth. Isaiah 11, Isaiah 1, 11 through 15. Read the entire chapter of Isaiah 11. Read the entire chapter. That's why the Most I tell you, uncover your heart. The Levites didn't truly repent. They were corrupt. Yeah, the Holy Spirit moved upon her. That's why certain things I don't want to bring to the nation. I'm hiding it. And then next thing I'm watching the video, I'm like, holy hell, I did say that thing. Oh, I didn't want to say this, but hey, hell with it. It's all praises to the Most High. It came out of her mouth. She didn't even look at the book. It just came out of her mouth the same way it is written. The priests are stunned. They're like, oh, hey. And they look at one and say, how did you know this? And then they look at her like, oh, are you a true Levite? The Levite teach their sons and daughters everything, especially the daughters, because the daughters are more likely they want to learn, because women like to stay home and read. Men like to go around and kill each other with sword. And the Levites were like, the whole temple like, oh shit, she's onto us, dude. She's onto us. And when she said it, she covered her mouth. And then she assert. And she look at them. You guys are scumbags, man. You're making Father angry. And then the guys are, hey man, so chill. This is you want some gold? You wanna go shopping? Huh? You wanna buy some jewelries? You see, I see the other woman from the woman empire. They dress really nice. And I'm like, yo, man, why can't our women, especially the Levite that know the truth, dressing with, you know what? Bring the treasure chest. Dig your head. You know what? You don't even need to dig your head. Take the whole treasure chest. Go take it and then take it out of here. They want to pay the sister. That's what happened when you told your pastors what you are worshiping is not real. You guys are sinning in the eyes of the Most High. They're stunned. They're like, where did you get this? Who told you this? What's going on here? So, sister, I understand you are asking me to be the head of the choir. The day that I talked to you, I had a little trouble with the wife. So I mean, you can become deacon, but you can become second in command under me, and here, keep this. Buy the kids some Similac. Get yourself some ice cream on the way back, and let this talk stay between you and me. And we know we're serving people. It's not about the Lord. It's about the people. We are serving them, and they are serving us. And I'll cut you. I'll cut you certain stuff. I mean, as long as it's not past 50%, but I will cut you something, sister. We are in the heavenly business now, and keep this between D and ye, and then we good. They're trying to. Hey, who is this woman? That's what happened. These terrible words of the prophet added priest Amos, addressing the amazed Ben Israel, were not out of my mind while I was in the temple. They seems to be thundered in my ears by a voice from heaven. She said, I heard those voices really loud. It's like a thunder in my ear, like bam. Several of the younger priests whose levity during the sacrifice has been reproved by me. A lot of guys get pissed off. A lot of the Levites come out of there. They want to fight this woman. They're like, she cannot get out of this. Yo, if this hash get out, then we done. Some of the young Levites came in out, and then they're like, yo, she reproved them. And she was there with Ben Israel. Ben Israel was standing there and watching them. They could not attack her. So they're like, oh, what's going on here? Well, they can't say anything. Several of the younger priests, those are the Levites, 2/3, whose levity doing the sacrifice has been reproved by me, seeing me sad, asked me the cause and reply. I repeat with a voice that seems to myself to be inspired the words of the prophet. They turned pale and tremble, and thus I left. Oh, the Levites know they were in trouble. Negro start fixing the breastplate and make sure things like they were pale and tremble. And then she left the temple. She did to them what Nathan did to David. And she left with Ben Isaac. I have noticed, said Ben Israel, that there is less reverence now in the temple than when I was in Jerusalem, a young man. But I find that the magnificence of the ceremony is increased. Yes, responded Ben Amos with a look of sorrow. You see what that is? Ben Israel said, wait a minute. When I was young, I didn't see all those things, but when I come back now, it seems like the services is more prettier, beautiful, and much more majestic. And Amos looked at him, and with a sour face, Amos said, yeah, man. Amos know what those guys were doing. The moment you make it more beautiful, you make it much more appealing, you seduce the people. You put a tongue of honey, milk, syrup, grape juice, anything sweet in front of the people, and you hide truly what you're doing out there, they all will follow. That is why these men in the desert say, test the spirit. The Levites were horrible back then. And a lot of them weren't true Levites. A lot of bribery. Yeah, grape juice, make it sweet, beautiful. Grape juice, another word. Yeah, wine. Make it done. Make it job well done. Make that thing beautiful for the people. Have the band playing over there. Put it on national TV. Have the people doing interpreting, dancing, and have some sister come over there and give the testimony. Have scumbag online give prophetic dreams and all that scum stuff. They will love it. That's why some of our people cannot get out. Make sure you don't say any cuss word. Do not rebuke anybody. Tell them you can take their hand and bring them to the Lord, because you are the link between you and the Most High. We, the Levites, we are the closest to God. In order for you to get to God, you're going to have to hold my hand. I'm going to bring you to God. Make it like that. And Amos look at it, is like, yeah, man, that's what them niggas been doing. They, Amos told them, brother Amos say, look, you guys are, listen, brothers, you got to understand, you've been under this thing for 300 years. Of course, you're going to have brothers breaking down. Of course, the enemy will infiltrate you. They will make people that look just like you. That's why we have the same garbage now. People are saying, Brother Big Levi, but they still shooting our young black men, young black women in the street. What? What are you talking about, man? What? Who is this guy that shot in the street, man? Who is this dude? You will know, brothers, if that person is one of us. You will know from their family. The moment the family stand their ground and say this and this and that, they are ours. The moment the family say, oh, Jesus will forgive. Yeah, we forgive them. And yeah, where's that bag, man? Where's that bag? They are not our people. Ben Amos with a look of sorrow. Yes, as the soul of piety dies out from within, they gilded the outside. Damn! Woo! Yo, Amos just put the nail in the coffin, man. He said, as the soul of piety dies out from within, they gilded the outside. That is why I don't look people and say, Big Levi, why are you not wearing this? Why are you not wearing that? Those are front. Those are front. Those guys, their inside is rotten and dead. They put an outside show. Look at me. I got holy oil here. Bring this child. I put some oil in his head and anointed him. Did you put something in the treasure chest? Stuff. No, I haven't. Well, we cannot anoint this child. Go put something. But Levi, Big Levi, I don't have any money. Well, sister, when you have money, just bring it, and I will do this for you. They make themselves look good wearing nice clothes. John gonna touch on that. Yeah, put those fringes out there, think like they are doing something, and then those guys heart, and then some of those guys, they have record reports that they saw those guys in strip club celebrating the Passover with other Gentile women doing all sort of stuff, brothers. You got those guys having their women doing stripper thing, twerking on them and all that stuff, passing them around. Our beloved brother Zabak was giving a testimony why he got off one of those One West camp. Yeah, the elder was wicked. He was sleeping with all the women. He had 9 cars, brothers. That guy had 9 cars. He had multiple houses because all he told the people, bring this, I'm a Levi. I'm John the Baptist. He told them, I'm John the Baptist, the last prophet. I just came back again. Give me this money and stuff. And our people, they really want to do everything for the Most High. I see this, man. I see I can take advantage with a lot of our brothers and sisters, man. Whatever I tell them to do, they will just do it just to please the Most High. They are thinking like they are pleasing the Most High, but they are not. I see this all the time. I never been tempted with this because the Most High do not allow the devil to tempt me. But I see how people are offering help and do. I could tell them to do anything. They will just do it for the glory of the Most High. Yeah, a lot of those guys are doing this stuff, but brothers, we don't reproach them. We don't do anything. We just give the Most High praises and glory, man. Yeah, Creflo Dollar. But the Creflo give $1 million blessing to that fellow that Mayfield. What is that guy that always kick Mike Tyson asses? What is that? Copperfield? Why am I forgetting this guy for stuff? That guy didn't even pay his light bill. He give Creflo Dollar $1 million. $1 million worth of blessing. Creflo grab that. Creflo grab the, bro. That's the easiest million you could ever make. Holyfield, brother Holyfield, he grabbed the check from Holyfield, he put the link, and said, "Blessed be upon you," and then he, oh Lord, $1 million just for that, man, for a blessing, and then he walk away with $1 million check. All praises, man. Yeah. Wow, man. Because they told you they are the Levites. Yeah. Even the Holyfield. Crazy. Yes, as the soul of piety dies out from within, they gild the outside. The increased richness of the worship is copied from the woman. This is a horrible thing, brothers. Yes, as the soul of piety dies out from within, they gilded the outside. The increased richness of the worship is copied from the woman. No, not woman, woman. The woman soldiers, forgive my accent. The Roman soldier, the Catholic Roman Church. Yes, the churches was good, brothers. The church was established by Patrick, brother Paul. The church was a place of sanctuary for people to come and refuge. The church was never for worshiping, so it was a place for gathering, eating, and talking about the Most High. Just here, what we are doing here, we are doing the Church of Christ. That's what it was. Woman, not as in woman, female, but the woman. Churches wasn't meant to come in over there. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, woo, Jesus. Make sure you put that tie in there. Jesus, hey, brother, pass the hat again, pass it. Yeah, Jesus. The church was nothing for that, man. That wasn't what it is. He said the richness that you saw is copied from the Gentiles woman. The woman paid him and said, "Hey, can you put this stuff over there? Bag of gold can do this." So low are we fallen. Our worship with all its gorgeousness is as a sepulchre whitewashed to conceal the rottenness within. Damn, brother Amos was good, man. You heard what brother Amos said? So low how we fallen. Our worship with all its gorgeousness is a sepulchre whitewash to conceal the rottenness within. He said those beautiful things that you see is nothing but a front to cover all the rotten things that we have inside of us. Your little studies, you quoting scriptures and all that scum stuff, they don't mean hish in the Most High eyes. The Most High is looking for a heart of a servant. Please watch the King Christmas video prophecy that he had. Again, we do not affiliate with King Christmas. May he go straight to hell, though, but we do not know him. He doesn't know us. The Holy Spirit passed a message to him. Uncover the heart. You may be convinced, my dear father, that this confession from such a source deeply humbled me. She was so humbled by this confession. So those high priests Amos and Ben Israel, they knew what those guys was doing were wrong. They told them to stop. They simply don't want to. They leave it in the hand of the Father. They were powerless. Why is this thing on? I thought I put it on silence. Did I put that thing on silence? I did. There we go. All right. All right, we're almost done, brethren. If then we are not worshiping God, what do we worship? She said, if then we are not worshiping God, then what are we worshiping? If we are not worshiping God, what are we worshiping? If we are not worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob inside of this church, what are we worshiping? If every morning we wake up, we do all those beautiful things, it's so beautiful, the sky, the music, everything seduced me, you mean to tell me that wasn't for the Most High? If it wasn't for the Most High, who then? If YAHAWAH of hosts, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, hide his face from our sacrifices and is weary with our incense, whom does Israel worship? Not, we are worse off than our barbarian conquerors, for we have no God, while they at least have gods, many of lords, many such they are. Alas, alas, the time of the judgment of Jerusalem seems to be at hand. That is when the Messiah was going to bring the Jacob trouble upon you because of all the scumbag stuff you were doing. She said, if we're not worshiping the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but then what do we worship? Then if we did this, then the Messiah just getting started with us. He about to bring some stuff to us. Is either going to turn us towards him and will kill us. The Lord must suddenly come to his temple, and as a refiner, I am deeply impressed. That is what the Messiah did. The 400 years where there was a refining moment. That is why the one that are left, they scum. The Messiah purified the nation. He got the purest gold. The rest is just trash and garbage and residue. He doesn't want them. The nation is already been purified. Fear not, you are saved. The conviction that the day is very near at hand. You hear this? The conviction that the day is very near at hand. The sister wasn't wrong. Perhaps we shall see it in our lifetime, dear Father. Okay? We are seeing this day. Okay? All right? Since writing the last line, I have been interrupted by Mary, who has brought to see me youth, son of a noble Jewish ruler, who was slain by the Romans for his patriotic devotion for his country. He dwelt near Gaza gate with his widow mother, who is noble lady, honored by all lips that discourse of her. Between this young man and Mary, there exists a beautiful attachment, not ardent enough to be loved, but sincere enough for the purest friendship. Yet each day their friendship is ripening into the deepest emotion. All right. He has just returned from the vicinity of Jericho, where he has been for some days past, drawn thither by curiosity to see and hear the new prophet, alluded by me at the at the close of my last letter, whose fame has spread far and wide, and who's drawing thousands into the wilderness to listen to the eloquent that flows from his mouth. So, while she was writing the letter, she got entered by a woman named Mary. So, this Mary came in with a young man. The Mary told this young man is the son of a noble Jewish guy that was killed. She just watching over him, but he saw the affection from the young man to Mary is deepening an emotion, not for love, but an emotion that is stronger, that is beyond that. And the boy has come to hear with Mary and her about that guy that is in the wilderness that are drawing the people from the city. They could hear the eloquent that coming from this guy's mouth that they say this dude was a prophet. So we don't know who that guy is. We don't know who this Mary is. I don't know. The young man had been giving Mary so interesting an account of him that she desired me also to be a listener. In my next, I will write you all I heard, and trust, dear Father, you will patiently bear with me in all things and believe that, however, I may from the investigating character of my mind venture upon sacred mysteries. I shall never be less a lover of the God of all forefather Abraham, nor less the affectionate and devoted Adina to thee. Adieu. All praises to the Most High. Give the Most High a hand, brothers and sisters. We're done with the letter 2 of page 8, page 30. All praises to the Most High, okay? We're done. All praises. All praises to the Most High, all right? Give the Most High praises. Give the Most High a hand for bringing us things that our people were doing, bringing us some of that memory. She said that woman, Mary, came in to see her because she's like, yo, I heard this news in the wilderness. You have to come and see that guy. He's so great, and I believe the Lord is speaking through him. You must go see this guy. And Mary and that boy and her, they are going to the wilderness and go listen to this guy. And the next chapter, we are going to go and see what happened. Who was this man? And who are those people that went over there and listened? So now, our beloved brothers and sisters, you understand what our people was doing. Yeah. Psalm 51, verse 16, for thou desired not in sacrifice, or else I would have given. That's why David said. Our people knew the law, brothers. They knew the Most High really don't desire. He doesn't delight in your killing animals and stuff. He's looking for your heart. Okay, so we find out that the Levites, they were corrupt. Okay, they copy a bunch of those things the heathens were doing. They effed up everything. They just make it look pretty and beautiful. Okay, they make it pretty and beautiful, but yet it was a blasphemy. It was a abomination unto the Most High. They weren't doing it for the Most High. They were worshiping Satan. The Levites made the people worship Satan. They weren't doing it for the Most High. They did everything completely the opposite. They were doing everything for Satan. They made the people sin. All the stuff they were doing from the beginning, how beautiful it was all for Satan. That's what it was. That's what we did. They were corrupt. They did it for the wine and the woman. The Levite has all the money. They had all the land. They had all the women. They wanted more. They got corrupt. A lot of them weren't true Levites. They weren't the true sons of Aaron. They were scumbag that swagger jacked themselves and called, just like today, brothers. They deceive the entire world. All those people, all your pastors, whether they were online and in the church, they are considering Levites because they told you they can take you and bring you unto the Lord Himself. And those guys are not the true sons of Levites, Levi. That is why the only two true sons of Levites were Ben Amos and Ben Israel. Those are the two guys that stand against this. They didn't want to participate in that. Those are the guys that stays. Those are the true sons. All the other guys, they were people they brought in through 300 years, brothers. 3 centuries. You won't know those people. They look like you. They dress like you. They are not you. They took the mantle of Levites and put it in front of them because a few of the Levites taught them certain things. That is why certain things people ask me, I cannot reveal things unto you. Big Levi, do you ever see this? You no, I don't know this. Because if I do, and now you know this, and you know what it is, your heart going to automatically co-op. And then you will use this thing to gain your own power. Remember the sons of Aaron. Remember Aaron. Yes, there were certain of the Levites in the midst of them, but most of them weren't actual true Levites. We must understand, beloved, this truth has a degree, has a level of things in it. We cannot know all things at once. Have you ever see a trailer for a movie and the movie looked good to you, or you heard people talking about the movie but it looked good? What is your instinct? Do you want somebody to spoil the movie? For instance, this book that I'm reading here, well, that we are reading here, would you like me to spoil the book for you, or would you like to go alone and find out times on time, little by little, what truly happened in details and depth? Which one, and details and, well, in depth? Which one you want? You want the spoiler? You want things to be spoiled unto you, or you want things to be read and we got a good stuff in that? No spoiler. Nobody likes spoiling. Don't spoil the thing, man. We want a surprise. We want to be shocked. We want to go along with it. That's why the Most High doesn't reveal everything unto you. He doesn't want to spoil the surprise. The Most High doesn't want to spoil the great surprise. When you see this, you're like, oh, I would have taken another 400 years. The Most High letting you know, little by little. We know in part, we prophesy in part. He give you a little today. He give you a little tomorrow. Little by little, you're feeding. I mean, when you're eating your food, you don't just open your mouth, you drop the food and then you close it, you swallow it. You're not Big Levi. You can't do this. Only a few of us can do things like that. No, you have to take little by little. You enjoy the food. You enjoy the taste. You drink. Man, I enjoy this food, man. You didn't have somebody shove that thing down your throat like my daughter do to me. No, 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 no. No, it's like little by little. And then you enjoy the food, your body take time and digest the food. You feel good, like that was some good food, man. That H tastes good. But when you just drop it inside your belly, your tongue didn't, taste this thing, and come on, man, you have to savor it. That's what the Most High wants you to do. The Most High wants you to learn little by little. You're going to get little understanding. Like, hey, I understand now. Oh, hey, this makes sense and stuff. Again, that is why when the Most High wake you up 5, 10, 17, 20 years ago, he didn't give you all the information at once. He give you little, little, little by little. A little bit here, a little there. Here a little, there a little. Line upon line, lay line upon lay line. And then you are walking, you're walking, you're walking. A baby that just come out of the mother's portal and then jump in the sky and start flying like Superman. It doesn't do this. That's how you seek the Most High face. Hide and seek. Little by little, brothers, is releasing information. What we just did here, we fulfill a prophecy in the book of Daniel. Knowledge will increase. Now you look back, you see all your prayers were right. You are repenting for the sins of your forefathers. And if you see something happen to a group of people on an island and certain things, do not take it upon skin color. Say, hey, you know, you guys effed up. Hey, too sucks to be you now. Sucks to be you. Hey man, I'd rather be a Zabulonite right now, Issacharite, or somebody else. Somebody else that have a specific duty that they cause the people to do his. Beloved, you must understand now. The Most High is speaking, and He's speaking through His children and His children only. He is not speaking through the Christian church. He is not speaking through religions. He's speaking here with us. Not with me only, not through me, to all of you. A sister brought the book unto us because the Most High told her, the whole nation chipped in. We bought it. It came here. We're reading it. People quoting scripture, people bringing point, people ask questions. We did this together by the order of the Most High. I take no credit. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to do anything. What you just hear here in this book, it's called come from this book. I have nothing to do with it. I did not even read this book. Beloved, be at peace. Fear not. The Most High, from the beginning with Enoch, he told Enoch, I already know everything that's going to happen and everything is on point. My children are safe. Don't worry. At the end of the day, everything will happen. We don't want to see the spoilers. A lot of us, brothers, truthfully, we're asking the Most High, Father, let me see a glimpse of the future. Let me see something. And the Father will not let you see things. He will give you a dream. He will give you a vision. He wants you to see His glory. That is why when things happen, people shock. People are like, oh, whoa, what the, whoa, what is this? They are shocked. Certain things the Most High did in the videos, I'm like, holy heck. That's why I don't watch the videos. That's why the Most High put it in my heart to learn as I go. I could go ahead and finish this book just tonight. He told me, don't do this. Learn with my kids, keep them in line, and you'll get that bone. Brethren, that's all I have to say. Again, we are calling a holy fast on Thursday the 16th. Disband and dissolve Psalm 83. Disband and dissolve the world government. Disband and dissolve Satan and his court. Disband and dissolve the priesthood of Mahan. Disband and dissolve their system. All praises to the Most High. Go in peace. The Most High can take this far anytime he feel like. May the King reign forever. I will see you tomorrow at 12, brothers. Maybe you might see a video from me this tomorrow, but we don't know what time it's going to be, okay? We don't know what time. I don't want to overwhelm the nation. The Most High really put it in my heart, say, do not disturb them. Let my children rest. But I'm probably going to bring a little stuff unto you. If you see it, it's coming from the Most High, and then you're going to see it, brothers. You're going to love it, okay? Shalom. Be at peace, brothers. We'll talk tomorrow. Oh, may the King reign forever.